But it was secret before.
It was secret, yes.
And why not now?
Yeah, but still we don't, dog retreat we don't teach everybody because only those who are really, who have the foundation, who has the knowledge of the teacher, then for those we can explain.
But do you think that protector...
So nowadays, generally when we speak about dark retreat nowadays, it depends on the context. Some people do dark retreat just by staying in the dark room and having some experiences.
Wow.
In that way, to that extent, why not? But if you do dark retreat in the context of the Thogal practice of Dzogchen or texture practice of Dzogchen, then you have to have basic understanding of the Dzogchen.
Right. Also, you could go crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
But forget about the crazy part, because you start seeing images that look real, and also that are living beings that are designed to confront you with your own ego and own fears and desires.
Yeah.
So therefore, to have training and stability of the nature of mind.
Yes.
And I will tell you, and I want to, I will post this if you, if you give me permission. But the nature of mind is very poorly described because of the language barrier. And I think that most people that think they have an introduction to it, even that are doing intensives with the different schools of Buddhism, have no idea what the nature of mind is. Because anybody can say, I'm Dzogchen, nature of mind. I just relax. But no. No. And as a matter of fact, I will tell you that until I did a few hundred days in the dark, I never even got 10% of what the nature of mind is. And I would like to give my nature of mind now and have you so, and then we'll get back to dark retreat. My nature of mind is that the world, we are not watching the world. The world is watching us. Just like we look at an iPhone and think we're watching the iPhone, but the algorithms of Facebook are giving you posts that will draw you in and hit your buttons. And in the same manner, the Buddha field, which is all of the pixels, and in the Pali Canon they call it the kalapas. Is there a word in Bon? Or in,
maybe Dulce.
The
small kind of...
you understand
atoms.
Atoms, What is the word?
Dun. Dulten.
Dunchen. Dunten.
Yeah.
Dunten?
Yeah.
Okay, so these atoms are all intelligent Buddhas that are designing our visual experience. And what looks like you seem like you're really here, but it could just be haptic feedback. You know what haptic feedback is?
Haptic.
When you touch a button on the phone, you text somebody and the phone buzzes. This is haptic.
Okay.
The phone is not. I mean, the letter is not really buzzing. It's just the computer phone vibrator, right?
Yes.
So the same way, this reality is a virtual haptic feedback pixelation of Dunchen. Dunchen.
Yeah.
And so the world is watching us and presenting us with what we need to either destroy ourselves to correct our ego, or increase our desire to eventually kill our ego again. So every relationship, every grasping, every desire, every craving will end in destruction, and eventually destruction of the body. And this
if
is
you just follow after them. Yes.
Yeah, if you follow after them.
Yeah.
So the nature of mind is realizing that the world is watching us, and that the only way for a computer to become sentient is the computer has to be able to look at itself, at its own programming. So the same way here, the world is watching us, and then if you reverse attention, you turn your attention around, which is the classic instruction, just turn your attention around, then mind will be looking at mind. But only if you understand what mind is.
Yes.
And mind is just like in a dream, everything can be real, but you wake up and it's gone. So who created it?
It's natural.
Mind
has created.
It's the magical display.
Yeah.
I love that word.
Magical display,
The magical display.
Yeah.
And what's the word for magical display?
Rolpa, Senji Rolpa.
Okay, Rolpa. So, which self-liberates.
Yeah.
If you do nothing,
It liberates.
it just
If you don't follow after them,
if you follow after
if you don't
it,
grasp,
if you follow after it, then you have a stalker.
you are hooked.
Then you get a stalker for a girlfriend, or the police come, right?
Okay.
And if you follow after it, the lesson repeats. If you don't react, the lesson does not repeat. So mind watching mind, and then you habituate this so that you don't get lost while you are walking, sitting, eating. You get engaged with the world by the algorithm of society,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So, and to realize that this is mind is something that becomes stronger as you have visionary experiences and the depth of your meditation increases, and you get continual what they call pointing out instructions, like Rigpa, which is the state of the nature of mind, the word for the nature of mind. Rigpa is continually pointed out with. Go ahead, give it pointing out.
The awareness.
1 minute
is the
pointing
awareness. Rigpa is the awareness of your own being, your true non-grasping awareness that is beyond grasping and conception. So even though we are not engaged with the conceptual mind, we have this ability and also the awareness, being aware of everything. Normally in our life, we are too much, habitualize ourselves, too much habit.
Right.
That everything what we see, what we experience, we do it with our conceptual mind.
Thinking it's
So
happening
without
to
conception, we feel like it is impossible not to perceive anything.
To label.
Yeah. So therefore,
To have the
according
object be outside.
Yeah, in the reality, there is a possibility to be aware of everything without necessarily being conceptualized, without necessarily with conception.
And I can, if I may add to it.
Basically, we say we have mind, so our mind can be in the state without conception, and our mind can be in a state with conception. If you look at your mind without conception, you find non-conceptual your mind.
But this is very different.
That is the Rigpa.
It's easy to say, but very difficult to.
Yeah.
And okay, so
Yeah,
now
it is very simple. You just make sure you are aware, you are not falling into sleep or anything, not distracted, but at the same time not to follow, not to conceptualize anything, what you experience, what you see, perceive.
Tell me if you like this one.
You are awake.
You're awake. Tell me if you like this one.
Huh?
Tell me if you like this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so put your awareness on the exhale. Your awareness goes into space, and you realize the world is watching you. You understand that this is the dream. And then, who is in samadhi with this body? Like the awareness unit. Something is in union with this awareness unit that is also awareness. And so we are Buddha or we are God. This is how people relate.
Yeah.
In samadhi with a body, or with the concept.
By nature.
With the concept of a body.
In our tradition, we use the term essence or nature.
Okay.
Yeah, we are Buddha in our own essence. In essence, we say, in essence, everything is enlightened.
Right.
Because everything is primordially pure. All the impurities, are kind of production, impurities that we perceive, that we think are as,
Production
of our grasping and
but also
dualistic mind.
But also the offering channels from the organs,
Yeah.
which are Buddhas. So like the spleen, which is the yellow earth, has an offering of solid, like
manifestation, yes.
right.
Yeah.
And if you purify the spleen, you can put your hand through the wall.
Yeah. Yes.
If you purify the
Yes.
kidneys,
Yes.
you can make rain.
Yeah.
You know, you can absorb water from the atmosphere. If you
Mhm.
purify the fire
Yeah,
element,
Yeah. Okay.
you can.
Yeah.
You know.
So normally we say, because each of these our internal organs are connected with specific elements. Normally when we say,
And I just want to clarify, the
gain,
organs are Buddhas.
Yeah. Yes.
Collections.
In their essence, yes, we can say.
Well, not in reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The essence is the reality. Rest of them are just kind of like reflection, like display.
Yeah.
Well, the reality is, when we talk about reality, we have to come to the essence. There is a reality and appearance. There are so many things that seems to be there, but in the reality they are not there. In their reality, they can be something else. Like when you watch a cinema on the screen.
Cinema, yeah.
Yeah, so on the screen you can see so many displays of, fire, water, people, landscape, nice things, not nice things. But all they seems to be there.
But I just want to say that the cinema also
Yeah.
is actually a intelligent pixelation of Buddhas offering us a creative venue to think that we are watching a cinema.
Yeah, you can
But it's
say
just
that.
another dream.
Yeah, another dream,
Okay.
sure.
Okay, it's all light,
Yeah, all light.
which is the first thing you ever said
Of course,
to me.
yeah.
You said, when you understand this table is light,
Yeah.
then you get it. I don't have time to talk to you.
Sure,
That's what you said.
Yeah.
But so getting back to Dark Retreat,
Okay.
what's the point? The point is that now it's popular. And it'll get more popular. You know why? Because people can make money without providing any service. They throw them in the dark and then collect money and throw some food through the door. So it will get more popular.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, yeah.
And there are people.
In this way, slowly, definition of Dark Retreat will also change.
Right, and it'll be like single mom yoga teacher training, exercise in a mall, and that's why I am glad we're doing this. And so I will say, I did see. The reason I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to say I did 200 days and 200 days, but I've done a lot, so you just got the numbers, but I've done the wrong, I wouldn't call it the wrong, I've done not full Taoist instructions to understand the fruit.
Okay.
And so it was very healing to the organs, but when I switched over and took the Bonpo instructions from give me the pronunciation. Shadza Rinpoche.
Yeah.
A brilliant, like rainbow body, meaning at death, his elements purified, dissolved into light, into rainbow light, and it happens consecutively. I see it even on Facebook, like every year maybe. So when I got the proper instructions, which are based on taking the organ, I would call it the organ wind, and tracing it up the central channel and offering it out to the pixels, then the dream deities that are forming this reality, they recognize that you are sending out their own elemental nature, and then they will open up the field and come audition. This is my favorite description. An audition?
An audition, I don't know.
You know when an actor comes to try to get a job?
Oh, okay, yes.
And they will go,
audition.
They will go, hey, look at me.
Okay.
And these are how the visions come. And they come and they will audition for you to see if you will respond. If you don't respond, then that karma is dissolved, correct? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I can cut this out if you think this is too secret. But I'm going to ask right now.
Okay.
You've done a dark retreat.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay. So when you have good access to the field, which requires almost a samadhi level, very still,
stable,
very stable
relatively
stillness,
certain extent of stability. Most importantly, to experience or recognition of the non-conceptual nature. This what we call natural state.
Yeah, like your heart
Yeah,
has to be open,
yeah,
your
yes,
channels
yes,
have to be
yeah.
open. So who's in samadhi? Spacious. So when the visions come to you, they will go like this. They will come and then they will go like this. Like the end of the code. Is this true?
I don't understand exactly what
So
you mean.
okay,
by
so
saying-
so pretend that you have a spaceship or an animal that is made of light. It comes at you, and then which happens, right? And of course, these are karmic coding of who knows what, but these are deities appearing just like the deities appear as the houses.
Yeah, normally, what I would say is you may have different visions, whether they may be familiar or unfamiliar. Maybe a vision that seems to be attractive or something kind of like wonderful, or even something like
Scary.
just scary and normal thing. So whatever these visions comes, they can appear as like realistic, as if it is real.
Yeah.
So that's why if one has not a good experience of the reality, then one can easily kind of like get distracted or get tricked by these visions.
And jump
And
off the cliff.
you start to believe
Yeah.
this as like a real.
There was a monk who
Yeah.
killed himself right after dark.
There are many stories.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then so therefore the main point there is whatever visions arise, no matter how wonderful they may be, how scary they may be, but you don't react, you don't see them, as real. So by way of abiding yourself in non-grasping, state.
Yeah.
When you are not grasping state, whatever these visions appears, they cannot affect to your mental, state.
Right.
You don't get grasping,
And then the
on
karma
this.
and then the karma dissolves.
so you don't label. So therefore, you experience all these visions are like illusion. They are there, but you are not giving any. You are not seeing them with any as a reference or of any label or any names. So their appearance is there, but you see them as what we usually say as empty in their essence.
Emptiness, which is
Yeah.
another very misrepresented word.
Yeah. People have different understanding,
Because-
even sometimes misunderstanding.
Because in dark retreat,
About
you can really
emptiness.
start to see that, if an object comes at you, a deity, a
Yeah,
ship,
you can. Yeah, experience.
it's made of light, and it's
Yeah.
really empty because when you don't have a response to it, it will turn into sometimes a Buddha,
Yeah, it can be. Yes.
and often a very scary image.
Yes.
Well, actually, every object that
Yeah.
comes has that point of consciousness in it. Many
Yeah,
points.
Yes, we can. Yeah, depends how you express.
Well-
So normally we don't use too many words for explaining these things, because when we use too many words, then again we get confused.
Right.
So always in the text we explain as like, or we can say either appearance of light
Here we can go out of
or,
the sun.
or
It's like-
empty form.
right.
Appearance of light or empty form. Empty form, what we say, form because the appearance is there, and empty because nothing is really there in substance. In substance,
But
these visions are like reflections in the mirror. They are very vivid, very clear, but yet,
it's very much a video game.
yeah, it is like that. Yes.
It is very much. I
Yeah.
mean, it is a video game. It's
Yeah,
not very
it
much.
is like that.
It's
Yes,
like-
yes.
and
So- So
and,
you,
and it will increase the level of difficulty.
yeah, if you start to follow and grasping it, then it is just like normal, ordinary. That is what ordinarily we do. When we see a nice
Actually,
form, we feel attracted.
yeah.
When we see our ugly form, we feel like distance.
And then it leads to
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, like that. So now here what you have to do is
But the visions.
maintain your, being in the non-conceptual
Yeah.
state. Yet you are aware of all what appearances there.
And also the visions won't mature, meaning they take a certain order of intensity and then revelation from like kind of scary to lovely, from like specific like identities to more like kind of mandalas and world systems and planets and
Even mandala appears, you don't get attracted.
right, of course,
don't
and that's why
grasp.
it becomes more difficult
Yeah, you
as it
don't-
matures.
You don't try to pursue them to keep,
But
continue.
if you actually do react, it will not mature.
No, it will not mature.
Right.
You lose your presence.
Yeah,
So they may disappear.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that's a great introduction.
Okay.
Can I correct another Tibetan saying?
Okay.
Mind, all is mind.
Yeah.
Mind is empty.
Yeah.
Emptiness is bliss.
Yes.
Bliss is clear light.
Yeah.
Is this in Bonpo also?
Yeah.
I know it
Bonpo will
is.
say.
I know it is.
Yeah.
And
All
I
is
think-
mind.
I think
Everything
it-
is mind. All appearance are mind. Mind is empty. Emptiness is clear light. The clear light is union. The union is the bliss, great bliss.
I think I want to take a stab at this. Okay. Okay. All is mind, meaning just in a dream, mind produces everything. So all this is mind.
appearances are mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, mind is empty.
Empty.
Emptiness, wrong word. It should be desires and disappearances generated to break your ego.
So
Magical
empty,
display.
Yeah. Magical display.
It appears and
appearance,
disappears.
Appearance point.
That's
yes.
what emptiness is.
Yes.
It's temporal, it disappears. Just
Yeah.
like every relationship,
Yeah.
every
No substantiality.
person, and even your family, which is why Padmasambhava says, focus on victory at death, meaning being aware, right? Abandon all. So anyway, okay, so all is mind is empty. And why is it blissful? Because if you enjoy it knowing it's empty, then it's blissful. But if you grasp it, then you're going to cry.
Why it is blissful is because when you are aware, when you maintain in such a state, all these, conceptions, the emotions or mind that creates all kind of like unpleasant things and sufferings are not there. They are kind of dissolved.
And they're just
So
magical
therefore, there
displays.
is you are in the state of
Bliss.
bliss.
Yeah, it's your own show.
Yeah, this is free of all kind of. What makes us not bliss? What makes us unhappy is that our disturbing emotions, disturbing thoughts, disturbing sensations. So when you are free from these things, that is the state of the bliss.
Well, yeah, if you have your own film production crew, and you're making your own movie, and you can just enjoy it without believing you are the actor, then you've just look at what we've done here. Like this whole world we've created. So to me, I like that as the bliss.
Okay.
And then the bliss is brought to you by the, when they used to have old like TV shows, they would say who paid for it at the end, like the advertising company.
Okay,
So the bliss is brought to you by the clear light. That's all.
okay.
That's the sponsor of the show.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which means the white pixels on the iPhone or the TV screen. It's brought to you by the motherboard, God, the all-powerful, clear, white light
Okay,
that we paint on. Do you like?
yeah,
Okay. Do you really? No, I like it.
maybe it's
I think it's very
yeah.
well. You
Okay.
can understand it easier.
Yeah,
Because I looked at that phrase
yes.
for years,
Okay,
never got it.
okay.
I think it's okay for people to get it quick. What else do we want to say? That's enough?
Yeah, I think this is enough.
You can tell me later if you
We
want me
said-
to. If you
we
don't
s-
want me to publish
we
this, I
said a
won't.
lot.
Okay. But so the dark retreat, though, that you may see, just know that our teacher, guru, Lopon, Tenzin Namdak, who wrote Heart Drops of Darmakaya, a beautiful book on this practice, the visionary practice, it says that, if you don't have the proper instruction, it's like watching TV. You might as well be watching TV.
It is like that.
And
Yeah.
and if you have the proper instruction, you dissolve your karma and your actual body, and you
It's a
don't have to
powerful way
be
of-
born again and again. It's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yes, it
It's
is.
the deal.
Yes.
The fruit of this whole world.
Yes,
This whole universe comes down to,
that is the purpose of the Dharma.
and that is why this a Bonpo 18,000-year-old tradition, with the oldest tradition, with the highest number of rainbow bodies, 24 masters in a row, producing enlightened beings like a machine, and the instructions are the treasure, to me, the treasure of the world.
Yeah,
So thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.